Alright, I have returned. I was gonna shoot a video yesterday, the 27th, but I was kind of out of it. Since it's been so hot, it's been kind of meh on my end. Even though it usually feels better outside, if I don't get out by a certain point, I get a little lazy because I start feeling sick since it gets so hot in my bedroom. Even if I open my door and have my fan on, there isn't always much of a cross breeze, so you know. Oh well. Got a little rest in, feel a little better, so that's good. Now I feel all gross because I had to walk up this hill I'm going down because I had a long box, not heavy. It just had one of the Sims I got on Thursday. If you saw that video or my other video mentioning it with all the mountain bike parts. So there's that, and also a pair of Specialized riser bars. The stem was also Specialized. I gave the dude a deal since I wanted more. I wanted more, but I'm kind of broke and I have a bunch of overdue bills. So I kind of went in the middle because both of the listed prices together were like $75, and he was on a budget since they were listed separately. So I did, to be nice, $55 with free shipping. Usually I don't really do free shipping that often, but since he was nice when he first messaged me, I figured since both were free, it's alright. So it's like after the $7.99 for shipping plus the selling and processing fees, and ended up being like $39 to $50, which isn't bad. So that's why I did it at $55, so it's kind of in the middle. So I still got a decent amount after the 3 or 4 fees, and then he got a little break with not having to pay shipping, but just tax and the listed price. I'm always a little bit more, well, I'm always down to negotiate, but more so with the free items, since anything, as long as it's not too low, is a good, since there's not much of a ROI, return on investment, since it's all profit, you know, a little bit more wiggle room versus if I paid like 10 or more bucks, then I'd have to put a little bit more, so then it carries, so then it covers the price I paid, and then I get a little incentive on that after fees. And he might buy some more stuff from me next week too, so that works out. If so, because he's building a new downhill mountain bike, and he's looking for parts. So I lucked out, and so did he. I lucked out by getting all those parts because I only had a few mountain bike parts previously for Thursday. Most of them not that great. Maybe a handful of them alright, but most of them are from Walmart and Target mountain bikes. Since there's so many in my area, I happen to get them free, whether it's a complete, incomplete, just the parts, or a partial frame with a couple different parts missing, and so on. I'm not very picky because sometimes some people don't put up stuff, so as soon as I see it, even if it's a department store bike, I'll still get it. Some people don't care, especially if it's free. Kind of bummed. Last night I was on Nextdoor and I found out that someone was giving away a free bike. I may have just been the frame, I'm not sure because they didn't have any pictures, but they did a curb alert and it was like 3 minutes away from my house by bike. I was bummed. I didn't check because it was after dark, but at that time it was 3 days old. It was from like Friday, so I figured it was gone. And I was also bummed because I had messaged this person in Oakland asking about this bike, this Cannondale, like 90s or early 2000s mountain bike they had that needed a seat, handlebars, and new tubes. And I'm over here wondering why no reply. Then I looked this morning and it never sent. So that was annoying. I was mostly annoyed by that because it had only been up for like an hour or two, so now I don't know if I want to try it again. Sorry for the heavy breathing. I woke up late and then didn't have any water before I left, which was dumb because I was forgetting about how hilly it is on the way there, going up this overpass I'm about to go down, and then the hill that I said I walked up, the hill I just went up that I walked partially up from the middle. My mom turned around because she saw me over here and they gave her a free croissant at Starbucks, and luckily I wasn't too far, so now I have a croissant. She could have just left it at the house. The only good thing about this Starbucks to the left, right there, even though I'm not a big Starbucks fan, sometimes I do go in there to get something just to see if I get a free drink or croissant, because I've gotten numerous, not too many, but it opened in 2009, I think, 2008, 2009, 2010, sometimes between 2009 and 2010, I want to say 2009, but somehow every so often you can luck out, there's an extra food item or drink. So, you know, even though I'm not, I'd rather any other coffee place. It's free is free. I just don't understand the hype with their coffee. It's not that good. Like the Pike's Place or whatever. If I'm in the mood for something like a milkshake, that's usually when I go in and I'll get a Frappuccino. Cause you know, they're pretty good. Even though I like Pete's Frappuccinos better, their version. But it's like 15 miles to the closest, 12 miles to the closest one. There was one in Benicia for a while, I think, if memory serves, but it's been closed for a bit. Now Pinole is the closest, I guess. So much glass. I'm glad I have a valve core remover. You might notice if it's in the shot. I don't have the blue tire. I switched wheels because I got flat, and then I found a couple 26-inch tubes, and the first one I used, once I switched the valve core, here we are. They just needed a new valve core, so that was cool. Even though it's a nuisance having multiple, like 50 or more old inner tubes, I usually just keep all my tubes for that very reason, or to do it easy, patch job. Alright, I'm gonna get some water, edit this video. Toodaloo. Please the algorithm, please. Ta-ta.